Double kill.
Whoa, man, those two kids got blown away. What do you think about that, huh? Oh man, having fun with the shotguns, guys. What's good? Lethal's the name. Bringing you another sweet shotgun gameplay. I'm gonna be rocking out my gold Spaz 12 with the extended mags, of course, and damage. Now, I got a lot of messages after my last video, my shotgun video on the map Carbon. I got a lot of private messages and some comments asking me, how the hell do I use the shotgun and how am I so good with it? You know, what's my secret? What do I do? Well, you want to know what I do? You really want to know what I do? I put on my MLG panties, and then I put on like one of those, you know, headbands that, you know, keeps the sweat from going in your eyes. And then, no, I'm just kidding. I'm a total tryhard. Anyway, no. Okay, the way I use the shotguns is I use it almost kind of like an SMG. And I know I touched on this a little bit in the last video, damage versus range. And the reason I use damage is because you get more damage per pellet, obviously, since, you know, that's why it's called damage. And with range, your pellets travel farther. Now, the reason I use damage is because the more pellets you shot at a shotgun, the more damage you're gonna do to your enemy. It doesn't matter how far the pellets go, you're still gonna do the same amount of damage. Now, range just propels your pellets farther, hence why it's called range. And the reason I don't like to use range is because with range, I get a lot of hit markers. Range may propel the, you know, pellets farther, but by the time they get to that, by the time you get to the enemy, it's like 2 or 3 pellets that have half the damage that they would have if they had damage on. So, by using damage, I can correct that. And I've been able to take out a lot of enemies from the same distance as I would have been with range with one shot. And I don't know whether if it's luck or if it's just something in the game where I'm just that beastly, but I've been able to take out enemies just as far with damage as I have been with range. And now with shotguns, the misconception a lot of people have is that you have to use steady aim with it, and the truth is, no, you don't. The only shotgun you might have to use steady aim with is the AA-12s, because that shotgun is just all over the place when you shoot it. All shotguns have a hipfire spread maxima of 6 degrees as well as 6 degrees minima. Now, the maxima and the minima you can determine by looking at the 4 dots on your screen, and that's the radius of your hipfire spread. My hipfire spread on the Spaz 12 does not ever change from running to staying still to laying down to crouching. You'll notice that my hipfire spread stays the same. And long shot, my hipfire spread stays the same and never moves. So, I don't need to use steady aim with it. Now, I might need to use steady aim with shotguns like the Striker, the USAS, or the AA-12 even, because after each consecutive shot, your maxima will spread. Your maxima of your hipfire spread will spread. So when you're using a shotgun like the Strikers and the USAS that are, you know, semi-automatic, it's probably recommended to use steady aim because you want your maxima and your minima to come back closer together quicker. Now with the Spaz 12 being a pump action shotgun, I have enough time between each shot for the maxima and the minima to come back to center screen. I am saying maxima and minima quite a lot. I don't know why, but that's just how that's how you describe it. That's how it is that's how it's described on paper, okay? Double kill, 2 piece. You gotta love the shotgun. Anyway, so I like to use Sit Rep Pro a lot because I like to sound horror, or I like to use Dead Silence a lot. That's about it. Don't need to use Stalker with shotguns. You really don't need Stalker because you're never going to be looking down your sights. So I personally never look down my sights when I use shotguns, and you will see in this video that every single shot is from the hip. There's no aiming down the sights. So I don't need Stalker, and that's another part of the reason why I don't use steady aim, because if I was using steady aim, then I would have to look down my sights a lot to reap the benefits of the steady aim a little bit better. So that's you know, that's my strategy of setting up my shotgun before I play. Now, let's move on to the playing part. Once you're in the game and you have your shotgun, you're ready to rape face and blow people's heads off. How do you play with it? What do you do? Where do you run? Who do you go to? What do you do? What kind of cookie should I get right now? Chocolate chip or sugar? I think I want chocolate chip with some milk. Yeah. What? Okay, sorry, getting a little bit sidetracked there. Okay. Anyway, now the way you rush with a shotgun, you obviously don't have the kind of range that somebody with an assault rifle is gonna have. So until you get accustomed to rushing with shotguns, I recommend that as you rush behind cover. You know, rush from one wall to the next wall. You know, rushing doesn't necessarily mean you're out in the open all the time, running and rushing the enemy spawn, and you know, you're out in the open like Tarzan or something, like Rambo, you know, trying to kill everybody at once and nobody can touch you. No, that's not rushing. Rushing is sorry. Rushing, you have to be constantly on the move. And you can be smart about it too. Rush behind cover, get behind cover, and control the engagement. If the enemy is going to be coming at you and you're coming at him, control the engagement by putting yourself behind cover. Make yourself a smaller target than what he is. If he's out in the open and you're behind a barrel or a dumpster, 9 times out of 10 the person who's going to win that gunfight is going to be you. Now I understand with shotgun sometimes it's a little bit hard to pop somebody from behind cover, but you know, you don't necessarily have to stay behind cover. What I'm saying is get yourself behind cover so you don't get shot, because you do have to close the distance. You're not going to be using, you know, sniper rifles. You can't snipe somebody with a shotgun. I'm pretty sure if you could, then that would be pretty insane. This game would really need some, like, you know, hot fixing and patching, and Robert Bowling will be probably having a awesome field day right now laughing at us. Anyway, so just be intelligent about the distance and learn the distance of your shotgun. Each shotgun will have its own range you can kill from. The Spaz 12, in my opinion, probably has the longest range once you put damage on it. I've used a striker, and you know, with a striker, being that it's a spammable shotgun, it's gonna take more than one shot to pop somebody, and you're about to see right here. There it is. See how far it popped that kill with one shot. Now with the striker, I would probably taking 1 or 2 shots, 2 shots with damage and extended mags. And the USAS, I believe with the USAS, I believe you can do probably 1 shot. The USAS, I mean, is another one of my favorite shotguns that I like to use. And another question I'm getting a lot is, what's my secondary weapon to go with my shotguns? Well, to tell you the truth, my secondary weapon to go with all my guns is the Scorpions akimboed. And until I unlock those, I am being a total scrub using the FMG9s akimboed. Those are just, you know, like last chance, you know, fucking last resort kind of thing that I use. Don't run around with them as my primaries like some of these faggots do. So I like to use the akimbo Scorpions. They have the highest damage out of all the machine pistols, and the akimbo, they're just beasts. They're just unstoppable. So that's the end of the gameplay, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want tips on anything else, let me know down in the comments below. I'll break down anything you want to know about what I do and why I do it and how I do it. Gonna be having more gameplay come for you guys, but it's not gonna be Call of Duty. I know you guys love Call of Duty, but I gotta play something else because Call of Duty is driving me crazy right now. So I'm getting some Skyrim requests, some Minecraft requests, so I'll see what I can do about that.